Hey, I just wanted to come on and talk a little bit about, what I've been going through these last pretty long time, last couple years. And, hopefully it'll help someone else. And I made a lot of different videos. I never posted them, though. I erased them. I wish I would have kept them because maybe it really would have helped somebody. But, my issue is that I was living with someone who's an addict that I love dearly. And, what a roller coaster ride that is. And, this is really to help anybody that's in that situation living with an addict. I'm sure you know what it's like. Lies, deception, sickness, sometimes death. Just total instability and danger. Terrible things, terrible emotions, terrible feelings, terrible conversations, terrible things going on. But for the longest time, and I've seen a lot and read a lot about this, I was like the person that I read about a million times that would say, oh, I can't kick him out. He doesn't have anywhere to go. What if he dies? I love him. I need to help him. And so I lived with this person for a long time while they were addicted. And of course, they always promise whenever I would find something or see something, that they weren't going to do it again. And, as someone that loves an addict, you really want to believe them. But now I know, after living it, you can't believe them. You can't believe them. And I know from experience, my own experience, that this person, when they told me that, they really meant it at the time. It's like for me going on a diet. After you eat your big bowl of ice cream, it's easy to say, oh, I'm going to start my diet tomorrow. And that's kind of how it was, only it never actually happened. And if it did, it was only for very short-lived. He tried to get clean and sober many times in his own way, with my help, with other people's help, and it really wasn't working. And I never thought I'd get to the point where I would kick him out, or that I would be strong enough to kick him out. I certainly didn't want to kick him out. It was the hardest decision I ever made. But I'm here to tell you that if you're living with someone like this, you can do it, and basically you've got to do it. So my story is I did ask this person to leave. I hate saying kicked out. It sounds so harsh, but I asked this person to leave. They left. They were homeless for a while, staying at different places here and there. And then eventually, like they say, when you hit rock bottom, he entered a 30-day treatment facility. He came out. He was totally clean, and he's back living with us. And, things are a lot better. And when I look back on it now, I can see that even though I didn't think I was, and I didn't want to be an enabler, I really was an enabler. And that by letting this person stay at the house, they were just floundering. They weren't making any progress. They weren't improving. They weren't doing what they needed to do. It's kind of like they need a swift kick in the ass. And if they care about anything, they will do something about it. And I remember kicking them out, being so worried, because you don't know where they are. You don't know if they're going to die. You don't know if they'll end up in jail. You just don't know, but living with someone for a long time like that, it could happen at any time, even if they are living with you. Go out at all hours of the night, not come home, crazy stories. And I just decided, and I thought in my head that, he has he has as good a chance of dying at home as he does out on the street, and I don't want it around me or my son. And hopefully this will help him to get help. And it actually worked. He did get help. He came out of the facility, and he's still working the program. So anybody that thinks that they can't kick this person out because they love them, they don't have anywhere to go, blah, 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 believe me, it's the best thing for them. And especially if you have a child, you can't have that around your child. You cannot have that around your child. They will take your child from you, And I did it for everybody involved. Now looking back on it, it's been about a month that he's been out of the rehab. was the best decision I ever made. And I am constantly thanking Jesus for giving me the strength to do that, because he's still alive. And this person, he had overdoses. I found him blue on the floor, did CPR, the whole 9 yards, and, I had a real close friend / relative die of an overdose. I actually found him. And believe me, it's nothing that you want to go through. It's certainly nothing you want to go through twice. And I just am so thankful that I did it when I did it, because if I didn't kick him out, he could be dead now. Nothing would have changed. And that's what's important to remember. Nothing will change. It's kind of like they don't have the capability to change anything. It's kind of like being their parent. You've got to force them to change. You have got to force yourself to change your life, and thereby it will affect them. I mean, you cannot force anybody to change. I realize that. But, by asking this person to leave and kicking them out, I did force them to change. I forced them to change their living arrangements, and hopefully I was thinking the whole time that this is make him really going to realize and think about what the hell he's doing with his life. And it is a risk. He could have ended up dead, but like I said, he could have ended up dead in the house. So from someone that's lived it, still, dealing with the repercussions, it's the best thing I ever did, and I can only recommend to others, if you're going through this, you got to do it.